How do you wanna do this?
So I made some notes and I did some time comparisons. So usually like the first thing I do is I look at like each individual segment. So I usually divide it up into 4, right? Because like runs around an hour long. So I usually separate it into like 15-minute segments, like from the start to the end of Guardian Angels, then GA to Say Yes Sir, and then Say Yes Sir to Cop On, then Cop On to the end, right? And I just basically see how people compare against my PB, because it's just like a decent, well-rounded time. And by the end of Say Yes Sir, so the first half of the game, you're only 7 seconds behind my PB.
Oh, really?
And then, by Copland, I think you're maybe 20-30 seconds, because you said that your heli flights aren't super stellar. And then obviously by the end, that kind of compounds when your heli blows up at the end of Copland, and it just all goes to shit, basically. So
no.
I think since your PB is quite old, I think what we should do first is, if you want to adjust the heli flights, is you should share your screen and we'll look at the heli flights, like the ones that you find that you struggle with, or the ones that I've seen you struggle with, and then we'll go for like, how you should be doing those optimally, and how to not blow your helicopters to smithereens every time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I practiced shakedown flight. It was like decent. It's decent now, but I struggle with things like Cortez to Sir. I mean, Diaz mentioned to Sir Yes Sir.
Yep.
Like I always get the call there.
All right.
Because I'm slow.
Do you want to start there then?
Maybe it's just maybe it's just bad parking, bad Harley parking there.
Could be.
Makes me lose like time.
Do you need a save, or do you want, I can send you one over if you need one?
Okay. There you go. So yeah, just do this normal stuff and seal the heli.
You should reload the save again, but then instantly get in the vehicle, because otherwise if you like go in from the other side, the call timer is going to come in, so you'll get the call no matter what. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So it might still be tighter than it would be in a run, but like the point is that, with the correct movement, it'll work in a run anyway. So
I mean, something like this, I see like people hitting this fucking
the hitbox extends way past like the apex of it.
Gee.
Yeah. So that wasn't too bad. The important thing about the landing is that you want to make sure, because like this tree is like a big nuisance, right? Like right in front of you. You want to make sure.
This one?
Yeah, the one to your left.
Okay.
The one that you hit,
you go very low here, like.
Yeah, you want to basically just be like just above the bridge, yeah, and then line up.
You just go through here, yeah.
Yep.
You
just gotta be careful with the trees,
like
your speed is fine, but you just seem to bonk a lot, and that's your biggest issue right now, because your heli takes so much damage from hitting trees like that.
I see you need to. You told, I think, Lachkar to fly very low here.
Yeah, again, you just want to be just above the trees, because the leaves don't have hitboxes. It's only everything else.
Yeah.
Does. So, yeah,
I don't know.
You know if you've done this
weapon
mission
management very well.
Yeah, I've written that down as well, because you fucked that up a lot in the late game, and it costs you quite a lot. All right, so reload the save.
So loud. Where's? Why do I have radio on?
Radio is the second one.
Oh. Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Oh wait, no, sorry, it's the other way around. The first one is background music, and then the second one is sound effects. Yeah, all right. There you go.
Nice.
All Oh yeah, so reload the
Oh,
save
I
again,
didn't do.
and so we'll look at that first landing. So you were right with the little canopy over the little blue roof over the pier. Can't think of a real word for it. I guess canopy is the right word, but yeah. So yeah, you want to be just over that because the hitbox is flat. So it goes like, you can't try and fly through the corner of it or anything like that. So you want to go above the peak. Exactly.
Okay.
And then when you land, you want to make sure that you clear this tree exactly like that.
Oh, it's
like these trees in front of you. These are the big problems because their hitboxes are massive, right? But the biggest thing that you've got to remember is you want to focus, instead of going up high and then slamming down really fast, you want to stay low but clear the trees. So like go past them and then slide along and turn around at the same time, if that makes sense. So let me boot up the game real quick and I'll show you exactly what I mean, because it's hard to say it, you know.
sure. Yeah.
Alright, one sec.
Yep. You can go.
So we'll do the same thing, but I'll show you exactly what I mean from the landing. It's kind of hard to see with the sun blaring down on my monitor, but I'll do my best. Yeah, so you see that you want to have like the maximum of height possible, but without hitting this. Because you see like the heli blades, they hit the edge of it even if you're on like... So the hitbox extends all the way past this little peak. So you want to make sure that you're always like above the peak of it, rather than trying to, you know, fit through as quickly as possible, right? And then instead of coming like over the trees like this and then slamming down hard, which will do a lot of damage to your helicopter, you want to do it kind of like the opposite order. So you want to come down and get, you know, descend first, and then as you land, hold S and E as you land, so then you spin as you're like slowing down.
Nice, yeah.
And then you can just take off straight from here. So instead of like doing it one by one, you kind of do everything at once. So you come down, and then you hold S to land, and then hold E. So you spin around like that, and then you can go off straight away. So I'll show you like from a...
That's very good.
From a full start. Yeah, I had the exact same issue. You can do the exact same thing on shakedown as well. I'll show you that in a few minutes once we get to it. But yeah. It's exactly the same deal with shakedown, and I remember I was struggling with that massively until Marushko told me about that, and then it's just become like 10 times easier ever since. So yeah, like first object is this, you just want to go over it, and then start descending like this, and then just slow down a bit and spin, just like that. And then you are like, that is as perfect as you can be. Like you are gonna struggle to find anything faster than that. And then yeah, like as soon as you enter, you also have a perfect angle to this. If you need to micro adjust, then you're good. Fly up a tiny bit so you don't hit the tree, and then a tiny bit more than I did. But yeah, and then you have like a perfectly straight angle right towards cherry poppers. Also, you should work on your replay making a bit. I saw, especially with save icons on spilling the beans, you were very slow. Like you should, especially here because the tank is moving as soon as you start the mission. So making a replay here fast is really like good to go. Like you should be able to do this. Like just do it as you're moving basically. And then here go under the sign and then just line up with the top of the trees. And if all goes well, then you'll see that the tank is like basically at the paint spray or like the I can't get out for some reason. But it should be like the tank should be around here when you kill them. And then you can take the quick route through here. And that's how you know that you've kind of done it optimally. Whereas if you're killing them here, then you know that you've lost time, essentially.
Yeah, I struggle with like getting consistently this route. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all in the it's all in the overall like the initial flight there, the replay making, and then the flight to actually land like the second time when you abandon the helicopter. It's all in the movement there. Because otherwise, like this mission is basically on a timer. Because as soon as you start it, the tank spawns, and then the quicker you are, the earlier you can kill them. So, all right, let's swap back and let's see. It'll take a bit to build into your muscle memory, but obviously, once you do, as I say, it becomes second nature basically.
All right. So you're watching me,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, and then run me through like the obstacles that you need to remember in order.
Okay.
So, yep, first the canopy.
So it's
Yep,
something
down.
like this.
Yep, and then as you land, just hold S and E.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you're.
That's a bit better, but
Yeah,
not optimal yet.
you were. Yeah, you were just because it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's scary to land and just slide like that, but you need to have confidence in the fact that the helicopter, you know, it will always spin properly if you hold it at the right time. So just as soon as you're, so like hold S to descend like you normally do, like slowing down like that was great, and then as soon as you hit the ground, just hold E, and don't touch anything else. Just
Okay.
hold S and E, and you'll just slide perfectly and do a 180.
Uh-oh.
That's a fine
This
landing.
wasn't too good.
It's fine. Much better.
Did it work? I don't know.
I mean, you can test.
We'll
Just
see
press
later.
F3 and see what happens.
Uh,
I mean, you could do it after
But
the
it-
flight. It doesn't. But
yeah.
yeah, you see how close to the tank is here now, so you can land and just instantly shoot him.
Why did I press
It's
the
fine,
mouse
doesn't matter.
button?
But you see like how
right
much
mouse button.
closer the tank is now, and the fact that like
Nice.
it's like 10 feet further down the road. Yeah. Press F3 and see what you have.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Oh, that
perfectly
was-
good replay. That is. Yeah.
nice.
But yeah, so running replays like that, again, they take a bit to get used to, but again, it's just something that as soon as you have it in your muscle memory, it'll be second nature.
Oh, I need to do the grenade stuff. Learn to do the grenade stuff here.
Very minor, don't worry about that for now.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, good. Show me one more
so
time, and
the-
then show me the proper slide. I want to see that smooth 180. So, as soon as you go past the canopy, start descending, slow down like you normally do, and then as soon as you clash into the ground, hold E.
Okay.
So just hold S and E, nothing else. Yep.
There
you
something
go.
like this.
You're slowing down a bit early because I think you're still, you know, trying to pull it as safe as possible. Like you can slow
Yeah.
down like way later because, as I say, as soon as you hit the ground and you do that 180, the momentum from turning will slow you down because obviously you start facing the other way. So you have that forward
yeah.
momentum, but because you're facing backwards, it then turns into like, you know, momentum in the other direction. But yeah, so that'll just come
True.
with practice. But once you have it nailed down, it's nice and easy. It's good. Much better. Yeah, just
Oh,
watch
shit.
the sign. Yeah. So it's tricky
That
because
sign,
you've
dude.
got to go under and then over. Like there's one high sign and one low sign. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, you're so
Didn't
used
see that.
you're so used to the tank being in an optimal position that when it's in an optimal position, you're shooting ahead. That's how much improvement you've had at this mission just in 2 seconds. Also, be very careful.
Yeah.
If you park on the road like you did, rather than like between the trees, you'll likely blow up your heli if you start shooting behind like that immediately. So what I would do is just look behind to see where your heli is and make sure you don't blow it up. Because yeah, there's a good chance you'll destroy your helicopter with the mounted gun if you're not careful.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So the most like the best landing to do is simply just to land like in between the trees on the grassy section rather than on the road.
Oh yeah.
Because then there's no chance of your heli
I
getting
tried to
hit.
do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, what causes this? Like, I'm pressing Q and U, and E, Q and E, and the camera doesn't face forwards after that.
It depends on your original angle and if you're not moving. So if you're not moving, the camera doesn't reset like it does in SA. It's only if you're facing a certain direction and moving towards it. So like if you're moving forward and then you hold Q&A and let go, it will face the camera forwards. And the same goes for backwards, but only if you're moving in that direction.
Oh, okay.
Which is obviously really annoying if you're trying to take off. because you're not actually moving yet, but you want to be able to see where you're going, but you can't. Yeah, it's really annoying. So you just have to make sure that you take off and then you reset the camera.
Yeah, this section here, it's scary as fuck for me.
It's really scary.
Oh, this was okay actually.
But you just gotta have faith in yourself. Like you have the ability to do it, and you know where to go. You know what to do. You just gotta have faith. Like if you try and slow down in between trees and stuff like that, that's when you'll start hitting stuff. You just need to go through it. You know. You just need to power through.
Dude.
See, look how far away it is. Look how much faster.
Yeah. Yeah, the tank is just... I'm not used to it at all.
Yeah.
Like,
but that is a clear sign of improvement. Like if the tank is that far north, that means you're saving like 5 seconds on this flight already, compared to your PB.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm a bit scared of doing the grenade stuff, like...
It is petrifying, because
blowing up myself.
Yeah, exactly.
And losing all the health and armor.
Well, if you knock yourself over there, yeah, you'll lose health and armor from the explosion, but you'll also likely die, because you'll just get killed immediately by the guys. Like, the only reason that the strat that we do works is because you have iframes when you're getting into a vehicle. But if you're on the ground, you don't have that. So all those M4s would just destroy you. Or Krugers or whatever they have. They have assault rifles, and you just get murked. So yeah, it's one of those risks.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is faster, so there's plenty of riskier stuff in this game.
Maybe 2 seconds faster. I don't see that being that much.
It's not
faster.
a lot. It isn't, yeah.
Do we want to see Shakedown?
Yeah, sure. It's exactly the same thing. So, just apply the same principle that you just used there, where you slow down, then you hit the ground and slide with S and E, and just do the exact same thing.
Okay.
And we'll see what kind of more.
Now I know.
So you said you were getting like 410.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good already.
410. Yeah. 410. Because you're supposed to leave the heli door open.
Yes.
But in this safe fire you don't. So.
Yeah. Oh, because of the replay.
I use this garage as reference. And then you go right above the trees here.
Yep. Here it's just a straight.
I saw Marushko go through the trees, but it's like this, but it's so risky.
The thing is that the big bushes don't have hitboxes, but those little thin trees do. But the bushes shroud the thin ones. So unless you know which trees are where, then you'll end up just hitting them. That's the big problem. But yeah, otherwise it's as safe as you can be. So there you're just going a bit too fast, and you just need to slow down a bit. But even still, like you're still looking at a 410 entry there, and you know with a good landing, that can be like a 412.
What?
With your like that could have been a 412 entry, even with the door closed. Like that's how fast this can be.
Okay. Nice
like,
to know.
I know for a fact that like a 414, 415 is possible if like everything goes perfectly, and it's all based on the landing.
Yeah, that landing, I was about to to do that, but I kind of choked.
Yeah. So the same
but
thing.
I see it's much easier when you slow down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so when you fly over the trees, that's good because you need the height in order to clear them. But then as soon as you start going now, this is where you start want to descend. So as soon as you go over these last few trees here, you want to hug the building to the right and then start going down. Exactly. So slowly descend rather than doing it from all the way at the top and then come down. Exactly. And then just slide. That was a bit rough, but we're getting better. Yeah.
Yeah, 410 again.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was with hitting the tree again. So the landing was better, but you took off and hit the tree, which cost you like a second or two. So.
Okay.
Do you want to learn some gnarly movement here?
Shit. Okay, this is so cringe.
So are you familiar with crouch cancelling? I've talked about it in quite a lot of EBen Evaluates, so maybe you've seen it.
No, but I do crouch here. Like I go something like here. And then crouch in a...
So on the Uzi sections where you're shooting the early windows right at the start, what you can do is, you see how, if you just wait here for a second, let the mission pass. instead of running
Okay.
off. You know, if you like hold the Uzi down to shoot and then you like let go, it then Tommy has the animation of like putting the gun away, right? Like he has to pull it down again. Like he lifts it up to shoot and then puts it down again. If you're stood up, that is, with the Uzi.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see, like he has to put up the gun and then take it down again.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you want to do is, instead of having that animation where you try and sprint away from it, nice, the cop is just wrecking you. So what you want to do is, as soon as you're done, like shooting with the Uzi, instead of then sprinting away as quickly as possible, you double tap C or whatever your crouch button is to like crouch and uncrouch, and that cancels the animation of putting the gun away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so you just crouch and
say,
uncrouch.
did that?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, and it removes the animation of Tommy putting the gun away, so you can start sprinting a lot faster. And obviously, it doesn't save that much time, but then if you do it for each section where you're shooting with the Uzi, it's like a couple of seconds for free that you can gain. Yeah. Yeah, so you just crouch, wait like, you know, a few frames, and then uncrouch again. You see? And it just like, he immediately puts the gun away. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Because you can't start sprinting from shooting because he has that animation, but you can start sprinting immediately from crouching. Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I need to practice this a bit more.
Yeah, it'll take a bit, but just while it was on my mind in this mission. Yeah, let's focus on the flights for now, and then we'll do some late game stuff.
Alright. Yeah, late game is... Okay, fucked up. Late game for me is like the worst... By far, like the worst segment.
It is for pretty much everyone. Like, this is why I do like the time comparisons, because it's so common that people are like 10 seconds ahead of me out of Copland and then 2 minutes behind me by the end of the game. Like, because people just, they just don't take endgame either serious, or they just wing it every time and hope it goes well. And yeah, it's by far the most difficult segment, so it needs some serious work to be able to do consistently.
Mm-hmm. So...
Yep.
I need to slow down a bit earlier.
Yep.
Oh.
Just do it as you clear
Like
this last
here.
building. Yep. Exactly. And then S&E as you hit the ground.
That was okay.
So that was good. The only difference is that you need to press E once you start hitting the ground in order to slide. Otherwise, you'll just slow down in midair and you won't make it to the grassy patch. So only press E once you actually make contact with the ground, and then you'll be good.
What did I do? Okay, doesn't matter.
You didn't throw the grenades. You did alt strats muscle memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, focus on the flight for now. Don't focus about this mission, because it's super minor stuff. The flight will be what makes or breaks it.
Yeah, this crouch canceling is rough because I need to press F1, so it's kind of awkward to press C.
Yeah.
Unless I have another bind for that.
I bind F1 to my mouse, which is really nice, because
that's cool.
Yeah, I have it on XMB too, because but it does provide the issue of during Trilogy that I have 3 different binds for 3 different games, because on XMB2 for GTA 3 I have V, which is change camera, so I can despawn traffic, and in an SA I have an F3, so I can play replays to like shorten fades and stuff really easily. So I have to change it for each game that I play, which is kind of annoying, but for individual game practice it's really nice to have those macros set up.
Oh, I do have a phone call button, like action button.
Yeah.
On my mouse and
mouse 4, right? I think I saw on your video.
Yeah. Oh, I fucked up, but
it's a lot better still.
I didn't play. Yeah, I didn't play. Oh, it was for 11.
Yeah.
I didn't press E. It was a bit early, but I know what I did wrong at least. Oh, nice Windows. Oh. Okay. Didn't fall off this time.
Nice.
Oh, this was fine. Push the fuck. Yeah. Oh, you cannot. I need to wait for this.
Yep.
CS. I'm almost nailing it. Like, kinda. Just need a bit more practice.
Yep.
But I don't know what I was doing before, but I was like entering the mall at 404, 405, some shit like that.
Sounds like
Maybe
you
they had it.
maybe you had breakfast and then decided to go to the mall after starting the mission. You know, went for a shopping trip and then came along. Yeah, I don't know.
True
It's
that.
easy to do. There's a lot of like intermediate players around your skill level that have those kind of entries because they take like a super weird heli route. They either go like all the way around the golf course, which is fine, it's safe, but it's kind of slow. Or they have like such a hard landing and they have to like readjust and shit like that. It's not good. See, that is a lot better.
Let's fucking go.
Exactly. Really good. Yeah. So with like with drilling that a couple of times until you have it like super, until it becomes muscle memory, you'll be getting like 412 entries in no time. It'll become like super common.
Nice.
And then you'll be looking at like
mission.
330 on the timer and stuff for this mission, which is like ideal.
I see.
Yeah. All depends on Windows, of course, but most of the time you can look to get around like 330. And this should be that.
Me.
We'll be pretty much bang on. Yeah, 330. There you go. Very nice.
You didn't. Why? You know what happens? What is happening here? Oh,
I mean, just
maybe the replay was fucked up a bit.
no. The replay was fine. It's just a difficult trick. So I'm not entirely sure on this, but I remember Antti told me, and I take everything he says as gospel because he has insane knowledge of this game. But basically, like, it becomes less consistent the less frame perfect you are, if that makes sense. So if you do it frame perfect, it'll work every time. If you do it on the second frame, like your timing is one frame off, then it will become less consistent and so on.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to do some late game stuff?
Yep.
Alright. Do you have a save, Sean?
I do have a lot, but
get a
those
save
are, like,
just before.
Burak saves.
Yeah, take Burak's save. He should have one before spilling the beans. Get one there, and we'll start from there. Because I mean, there's no real point looking at your section where the heli blew up. Because I mean, that's like obvious stuff. Like that doesn't happen every PB. Because that was just a combination of a bunch of different small mistakes racking up. Like that wasn't a fundamental problem there. So.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, I need to do a katana.
Yep.
Ah, let me switch real quick.
And the same goes regarding the walking replay as well, by the way. I did look at a couple of your PBs to see if it was just a one-time thing or not. But the exact same thing applies for making save replays. Like, you want to just be doing it as you, like, walk to the taxi. Like, couple of steps, replay, and then just sprint. Whereas, like, you try and line it up, like, pixel perfectly. But it's very lenient where you can make the replay. You can stand, like, pretty much anywhere in the zone, and it'll work just fine.
I'm not doing the. I'm doing this instead.
Yeah.
I think it's better. Hello?
So that was a classic. That happened to me yesterday, where there's a chance that if you get
What?
cycled, so the save menu disappears, but the rampage activates so late that you go on mission 1 anyway. That's just cycles. There's nothing you can do about that. It happened to me yesterday during trilogy. It's bullshit. There you go.
Okay. It's very consistent, this save marker.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a couple of seconds slower, but it's whatever. It's...
Let's see if I can. Nice.
There you go.
This was
just
a
like
good.
that. Like, because you try and like, you know, you take a couple of steps forward, then you're like, maybe one step left. No, maybe one back. Like, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you make it somewhere outside the print works, it's fine. You know, it's a way bigger zone than you think it is.
Wow. I'm not gonna hit the taxi again because I just lost a bunch of time.
Most of the time, unless you do it perfectly, you lose time more than you gain it. So yeah, it's really not worth learning.
No.
Because so many people just fuck it up and lose time. Like, it only saves a second if you do it perfectly. So
Yeah, it's very minor stuff.
I wouldn't worry about that until you're going for much lower times.
I need to practice that boat section. I mean, inside the boat. Or the
Inside the
ship,
boat?
rather.
Oh, this section?
Yeah,
this
this one.
So the first thing that I saw that you didn't do is, as you turn the corner for the first guy, you want to pre-hold left click and then just let go to swing at him. Like that, yeah.
Okay.
That makes this much more consistent because he does a fuckload of damage to you most of the time. Because he has like the entire section from when you first see him to you going up and then back up the stairs to shoot you. So he does like so much damage. So swinging at him will make this mission far more consistent, especially if you skip armor like you'll end up doing in a lot of attempts. Like if you have like 80 health or more, you should never grab armor because you can just kill the guy.
Oh yeah, that's true. Makes sense.
So you take far less damage.
Yikes.
The route across the grass there isn't faster. You should get to the road because you get more traction on the bike. So yeah, don't worry about trying to be super fast on the grass. And then here I saw that you tried to slow down and kind of ate shit as well. But yeah, like it's the same thing where like the faster you go, the more consistent it is. So just pause for a second for me, like just chill. When you get off the bike here, you want to, how do you switch weapons? Do you use like Q and E? Do you use mouse wheel?
Q and E mostly.
So when you get off the bike here, you want to press Q once to switch to the grenades. Because if you have the Uzi out and you're trying to go to the chainsaw, you're gonna like fuck up a lot. Oh, do you have it the other way? So is Q M4 for you?
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
I need to...
that's fine. No, keep it the way you have it. Keep it the way you have it. So I'll just go backwards in my head. So yeah, you want to go E once and then run into the marker. To then finish the mission. And then make sure you have the nades equipped for this section. And then go. Because then all you got to do is when you get off, just press E once for the chainsaw. Rather than having to scroll up and panic and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't have the call here, by the way, because it ran out. But yeah. You can just load the save and try again.
I'm not gonna do STV again. Let's...
You should.
Grab another one.
You should. It was one of your worst missions. Yeah. Like, yeah, you lost a lot of time on the mission because of the heli blowing up, but you also didn't do it very well. You know, you fell off the bike and shit like that. You should practice this.
Okay, fair enough. Katana Rampage.
You know, you might be a beast at SA, but it doesn't all carry over to VC.
Gee.
Do you need a bit of prep? Yeah. It would be great if you could just play one game, get really good at it, and then just have it carry over, but the games are too different, unfortunately. That's good.
Oh,
and then you saw there, like,
bullshit.
if you saw the radar, you went on mission 0 and then went on mission 1 again. It's really dumb. And it's just luck. There's nothing you can do about it. Apart from, you know, unless you're a psychic and you can magically predict the cycle and play it later. But it's impossible for a human to figure that out. You see, that was way earlier, but the cycle was earlier, so it worked.
Oh, okay.
It's just, yeah.
Random pads just.
Yeah. Good.
No,
No, it's fine.
Let's see. Let's actually see.
You could have walked another fucking 2 steps forward, made the replay, and it would have still worked. It doesn't matter. Trust me.
Okay.
Like, as long as it's in front of that little ledge, that's all that matters. Like, the radius is way bigger than you think it is.
Good to know that.
Yeah.
Not sure. Yeah. Whatever.
Just get on from the side.
Not sure what is faster. Yeah.
Yeah. If the bike is like where you can easily get on the front, it is faster to get on the front. But if you're like coming from behind like that, there's no point in running all the way to the front just to try and get on that side.
Okay.
Just hop on from the side.
Yeah, this turn, it's kind of tricky.
Yep. You just gotta keep in mind the racing lines. Yeah, like you gotta hug the right side and then turn in on the near side. So then you have like a good angle. So yeah, as you turn the first corner, pre-hold left click, and wipe the first guy. Yeah. You swung a bit early, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh dear.
retarded.
Oh dear. Oof. It's fine.
Yeah, clearly needs more practice.
Yeah. So you don't need to stop sprinting to swing at the guy. You can just do it while you're sprinting as well. But yeah, that comes with time. Oof.
Oh my fucking god.
You're fine. Because when you save warp, you'll get 100 health. So stop taking this grassy route. It's not faster. Get on the road as soon as you can.
It's not faster?
It's not faster.
Okay.
Because you don't accelerate as fast while you're on the grass. So you want to get off it as quickly as you can.
It was a bit. So it's. Wait, what? Why did I switch to the chainsaw?
Because I guess you had fists out? I'm not sure.
So. Oh, you need to. Oh, I see. So you enter the Malibu and switch to this. To the Uzi, right?
Well, I mean, it completely depends on what weapon you have. Like, if you're at fists, then you just stay at the fists. If you have the Uzi, then you switch to the grenades.
Okay.
Just as long as you have one of the two. All right, hop in. And then, yeah. But you see the point. Like, now you're just one switch away from the chainsaw, so you don't have to worry about inventory management. Because you know that it's just one key press. So. Okay. Also, I saw in your PB that you were holding the call here and then letting go on the bike. But then you didn't do fade skips. Like, that's something you do for fade skips. Was that just, like, muscle memory?
Bro, I'm holding space. Oh, yeah, that's bad muscle memory.
Yeah. You were also too close there to the van. That's why the chainsaw wasn't hitting.
No!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So that was a clusterfuck. All right, let's break that down. So, first of all...
Yeah, I don't do this in 4 months.
Yeah. So first of all, when you chainsaw, you don't want to stand touching the van because the chainsaw will go right through it. You want to be stood like a bit further back, okay? So you want the blade of the chainsaw to connect with the door rather than standing point blank and having like the handle connect with it, okay? And then when you get on...
I was holding space. If you hold space, like, you cannot...
Yeah, you can't consistently... Yeah, it like stops every second or so, yeah. And then when you get on the bike, you know, after you press like F3, don't press F until you're fully warped. Otherwise, that can happen where you'll get off the bike prematurely. Because if you buffer the input, it will come through before the warp does. So just make sure you've teleported and then get off the bike. Like, you have like a 3-second window after teleporting before Cherry Popper ends for where you can get off the bike and have the call come in. So you have all the time in the world. You don't need to try and predict it or rush it. You can wait until you've fully warped. You have dinner, come back, then you can press F. It's all good.
Yeah. Let me load the save for that.
Yeah.
I was holding the cow just because I saw Iguana do it in his split, so...
Yeah, so the reason you hold the call is because if you do fade skips and you hop back on the bike immediately, there's a chance that you can go on mission 0 instantly, rather than like having that second that it takes, you know, when you get on the bike, it takes like a second for the call to cancel.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't happen if you do fade skips sometimes, so the way you make it consistent is by holding the call.
Oh, what?
Yeah, here this save has fists, so you need to make that, you know, decision.
Okay, let me... I think fists are better.
Either one
it is,
works.
because if
All
you-
you need to do is just, like, if you want, you can end spilling the beans and switch all the way from the Uzi to your fist. It doesn't matter. You just need to know which weapon you're on, okay? And then go from there.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter which one you pick. You can go from fucking sniper rifle if you want to. The point is that you know what weapon you have out. That's the key of inventory management. Like, you don't want to be mass scrolling and be like, oh, fuck, what weapon I am on. You want to be like, I am on grenades, so it's one press this way to switch to the chainsaw. There you go, instantly. Like, you have so much more control of the situation. And then you see, as you warp, exactly, that's when you get off. Easy.
Nice.
Yeah.
You don't need to hold the call, right?
You don't need to hold the call. No. Only if you're doing the fade skips, which I wouldn't worry about at your level, because they're pretty inconsistent and very tricky to do. So yeah, this is just smooth sailing from here.
Okay.
Wait until you warp, then get off. Yeah, there you go.
Why Tommy like keeps walking for that direction?
It's because
Do you know
the
what
camera
happens?
resets. So you need to like just scroll the mouse a little bit, like flick your mouse to have it more centered. Otherwise you'll start running backwards.
Okay.
It's just bad camera because the game isn't, you know, used to you teleporting around because, you know, it's not intentional.
Bro, what do you press here, by the way?
To get in and out instantly.
Yeah.
It's
Wait, what?
You were too slow because you were dicking around in the van. It's W, sprint, and F. That's it. Don't press anything else.
W.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So do you space sprint? You do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. W, space, and F to get in and out.
Yeah. Do you use shifts for sprinting?
I use sprint.
San
Yeah,
Andreas?
I'm a shift sprinter. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Chad.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. W, space, and F.
Try to flick it, but unlucky, man.
You can also just wait like a second, because obviously it takes a while for the mission to pass anyway. So you can just stand there, like when you get off the bike, just stand there for a second or so until the camera resets itself and then jump in. You don't lose any time. So when you get off, just wait a sec. And then go.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
That's
It's
much
because you're
better.
trying to run during the fade, so the camera resets. But yeah, you can just wait. And as you can see, the
I
marker doesn't
always
appear
wondered
until yeah. You don't lose any time doing that, and it's a lot easier.
Let's go.
You jump off pretty late because you're going very fast. Yeah, you can bail off like way later, so you don't have to like go around the other side of the cherry poppers van. But doesn't really matter. Whatever works for you, I guess.
So was it 4? That doesn't matter. I'll do 2 more.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter in practice. You can do as many as you want. And then we'll look at the actual hit the courier. So how confident are you with the strat that you did in your PB where you like run back and forth and flick with the mouse in order to skip the lines? How confident are you with that?
I use like the yellow line in the street as reference.
Yep.
So yeah, it's okay.
Because you're one of the like only people that I've seen who like do that optimally. I've seen most people who do it, they fuck it up a lot.
Oh, I need to answer the call, right?
Yeah. I mean, this will be your test then.
Brog.
Yeah, no, this is.
What the fuck?
Alright, so real quick, pause the game. So at this point, if you're in a run, right, you're not gonna make it in time, if you do it the standard way, okay? Like, you're not gonna make it in time to kill the woman because of like the bike's in a poor position. You've answered the call really late. Exactly. Like, this is doomed, so to speak, right? But it isn't, and I'm gonna show you how. Okay, so. What you're going to do is you're going to skip the calls, the lines on the first call as you normally would. But then you know when you stand and you sit there with a sniper rifle next to the boatyard marker.
Yeah.
And you sit and wait for the call, okay? What you can do in order to like minimize the distance that you have to run and give yourself the extra leeway is you can run in like around that wall and go into that little alleyway that people used to do for old strats and then answer the call there. And then you can instantly kill her before she runs away. So this should work, considering that the fact that you've already lost a few seconds. You should be able to save it with that strat. So I want to see you do it, and I want to see you save it.
Okay.
If it doesn't work and I'm wrong, then I'll just show you it, like, you know, by example in a second. But you should be able to save it this way if you do everything well.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, careful with those. Yeah, this corner is the important part. Yeah.
Nice.
The fucking sun is beaming on my monitor. I can't see shit. Jesus.
No.
All right, so this is completely doomed. All right, right. Let me share my screen real quick, and I'll let me share my let me share my screen real quick, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So because of the way that the save is set up, I have to do a slightly different one. Because if I try and push this bike, it will fall over. Because of the save.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So all you need to do is, like, if you're using these saves, is just hold the call and then re-enter the bike, and then get off, and then off we go. So answer the call, push as normal. This push is like actually impossible. I don't know what it is, but I suck at pushing bikes like this. It's really fucking hard. Alright, so let's say that you've had a really poor push and you're like 4 seconds behind here, right? So I'll show you exactly how you can save it. So this route from you is pretty good. Obviously the most important part is that you head straight here. It looks scary because of the bumps, but they're non-existent, and you can cut the entire corner. And then just make sure that you slow down a bit before you bail, because you don't want to fling yourself all into that corner. Then glitch with the sniper rifle, because you'll have fists out. And then what I do for these skips is I just do this. No mouse movement at all. I think it's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, this seems good. Sure.
That's why I asked how confident you are with the other one, because this is a lot easier in my opinion. Okay, so I'm more than in time here, but obviously it doesn't matter for the sake of showing for an example. Right, so you park the bike, but then instead of coming here and answering the call, just run in here instead. Like, you might get shot a few times, but it doesn't matter. Like, you can just run. Answer the call here, and you see how close you are.
Oh, no.
So if you're behind, you have more than enough time to kill her and run away. And then you can just do the exact same thing. Like, you can do this wherever she is. Oh, she's miles away, but yeah. And you see, like, yeah, you get shot a little bit, but who cares? Like, that's actually the first time I've ever been shot doing that backup. But the point is that you have so much time between answering the call to make that distance while you're waiting, and then you can go and take the call, and she'll be running away, but it doesn't matter because you're right there on the other side. Like, you've covered from here all the way into there, instead of answering the call here and then running all the way around and not being able to catch her in time. Sound good?
That's pretty good.
So, do you know how to deal with the mission if you've like completely fucked it and like there is no way in a million years you're gonna kill her in time? Do you know how to do like the old, slower way?
No, I was doing a no reset earlier, then I just set the car on fire, like drive by,
Yeah, exactly.
and she bailed out, and I killed her.
Yeah, so that is mega slow. So let's say right here, I answer the call, but you know, I'm pushing, and I'll just wait like 10 seconds, right, before getting on the bike.
Mhm.
So like, you know, I'm making a bunch of mistakes here that cause me to be 10 seconds behind, right? I'll show you what you do. So this is 20 seconds slower
Or
because you don't skip the
just
lines.
fell off the bike.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so this is 20 seconds slower than doing the current version of Hit the Courier that we know, but it's consistent and it's safe, okay? And it's better than, you know, killing a run or having to chase her and do intended strats, right? So what you do is you don't fling the bike and you take it into that little alleyway that I mentioned. You pull into here. And then you turn it around. And then you do skip some lines, but you only skip a couple. Like 4 or 5. So what's the problem, Lance? 1, 2, 3. I think it's 4. Doesn't really matter, I guess. And then because you're on the phone call, these people won't attack you. And all you do is you just wait for her to come down. And then as she's about to land, just snipe her out of the helicopter, grab the plates, and then run and get your bike and leave.
Oh, really?
So yeah, you can stand in front. I forget exactly what the lineup is to shoot her. Doesn't really matter if you miss. Sniper out the helicopter. There we go. And then just run away. And get on the bike and leave. There's a chance they can like pop your tires here, which is kind of shit, but it's fine. And then all that you do is you take the second Lance call that you're now behind, but you take it, I don't have a save replay, but just assume I've teleported here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you take the second Lance call as you jump over the marker. So let's say I've pulled up here, right? So you get off, you glitch the call. And when he says, "Look, Tommy, I'm sorry," or whatever the line is, that's when you jump over. And it times it so the call ends just before the mission finishes. So it's here. "Hey, look, Tommy, this one. Tommy, man, look, I'm sorry." And then you jump over.
And then you jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the call ends just as you come along. I gotta go. You see the call ends, then the mission passes. So now the reason it's slower is because you don't get the instant call here. So you just take the time to park the bike. And then you just wait for the call. That's where it's 20 seconds slower. But yeah, the idea is that obviously you don't get to skip all the lines and do the mega fast strat, but the fast strat only works if you're in time to do it optimally. Otherwise, you'll have to shoot her out the car and it's just a huge piss take. So yeah, like the most important thing, yeah, is to make sure you have like a consistent way of getting through this mission. Otherwise, it'll just wall you forever if you try and do it like fast and then fuck it up. So I'll show you one more time, and then I'll have you do it.
Okay. Is that normal? Like you cannot hear sound in Discord?
Oh, I think it's because I'm showing my screen rather than my actual, like the application. I think if I go live with this, you should be able to hear volume. Let me know once you see it.
Yeah, I'm watching. Nice.
Yeah. I guess you couldn't hit a phone call dialogue, which would be a problem, but yeah, you'll hear it this time.
Yep.
Yeah, so as you pull in, you don't bail off the bike. You just hop in here. Pull a 180. Glitch the call. And it's, what's the problem, Lance? Then skip. 2, 3, 4. And then you just chill.
She's just too far away.
Yeah. If you shoot her now,
Should be
it'll plummet
closer,
into
if you
the
fuck up
option.
more.
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't matter because all the lines that play from these ladies will skip all the lines at the end anyway.
Oh.
You'll hear it in a sec. Kill him, get the plates, then the call ends, then you need to immediately run. That's where it's like the Monka
Does
S
that
moment.
answer the call?
It,
like finishes
yeah,
the
it
call?
finishes because it's just it's the same as the line skips as what you were seeing before. When you private business, you're not welcome, private business. It's just dialogue overlapping the lines. So yeah, that's the call finished. It's done. So yeah, again, no save replay. I forgot to make one again, but
It's fine.
yeah, it's exactly the same. Alright, so then you save warp, and then you just answer the call. I fucked up because it didn't come in for a second for a while, but I'll show you what you do. So it's this line coming up, this one. This one is where you would jump over the marker.
I'm sorry I didn't jump.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. Alright. So, you want to try and do it?
Yes, sir.
Alright, let's go. So you confident you remember all the steps, or do you want me to run it through you as you do it?
I'm okay, actually. I
Alright.
just want to know what did I press to answer the call here. I have fists.
So for you, it'll be should be E, I think, to switch to the sniper rifle.
Okay.
But again, you have like more than enough time, so you can check. Like, you see, out of my instinct, I scroll down all the way to M4, because it's just muscle memory at this point from old strats back when I was shit at the game. But it's all on a timer anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like, you're waiting so long for the heli to appear that, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just spin around. So it should be just E1s, yeah. Exactly. Skip the lines.
Oh, skip the lines.
It's fine, just skip 3 after this one. Okay, so pause real quick. Pause.
Okay.
So, do you see what you did there on that first line skip? Is you listened to the entire line, and then you played an extra line on top of it, right? Like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, you understand the idea of the phone call skips, right? You understand what is actually happening there. So what you're doing is you're playing 2 dialogue lines on top of each other, and the second dialogue line is shorter than the first, so it's skipping line by line, right? So let's say if there's a line that is 5 seconds long, okay? Like the Lance and Tommy phone call, like a lot of the lines are pretty long. And then you have another line, which is the private business you're not welcome, which is 2 seconds long, okay? When you play the 5-second dialogue line and then play the 2-second one on top of it, it's going to make it 2 seconds long, and then it's going to skip to the next dialogue line, right? So...
Or adding up time unnecessarily.
Exactly. So you were listening to the 5-second dialogue line, but then at the end of it, like after the 5 seconds has already happened, you're then playing the 2-second dialogue line. So all you're doing is extending the dialogue by 2 more seconds. So if something like that happens, what you want to do is you want to wait for the phone call to finish, the dialogue line to finish, and then keep skipping, right? Because otherwise all you're doing is extending the dialogue by skipping at that point. So you only do it at the start of the lines, otherwise it doesn't have any effect. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, so load the save and try again. But all you needed to do is, if you forgot and then went back, all you need to do is just let the first dialogue line play out. You know, that's already gone. There's nothing you can do about that. And then just skip 3 lines. And then you'll be back on track.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't save any time.
What doesn't?
Whatever.
Hopping on
This
at the front.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looks cooler.
It does in SA, I think.
Yeah.
Only if there is a passenger, of course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a bit.
That
Whatever,
was
just
yeah.
hold the call.
I mean, yeah, that works.
Shouldn't leave the bike, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. I mean, you're familiar with holding calls, which is good.
Ooh.
Right. Skip the lines.
Oh, fuck.
It's
It's you, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, this.
And then go. Yeah, exactly. Then skip 3. So 1, 2, 3. That's fine. And then, yeah, just chill. And then get ready to kill her.
Can I kill?
No, because you'll get a wanted level.
Oh.
Do that. Yeah. And then just pick and get ready to switch away from the M4 and run. There you go. Oh, you have extra dialogue lines because of the lack of skip, but it's fine. Just wait for them. Oh, you cancelled the call. If you have extra dialogue like that because you fuck up and you skip the lines,
retarded.
just wait for the call to end. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this backup is actually harder than the mission itself. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for more.
But it's something you really should learn because again, it's hit the courier is where so many people kill runs because they mess up the fast strat and then they don't know what to do afterwards because they only know the fastest way.
Yeah.
But this was the fastest strat back in my day. This was the way everyone did it. So you gotta learn it.
Nice.
Yeah. The only bad thing is that, as I say, when you're driving away, they can sometimes pop your tire, which is just bullshit. But it's not exactly a lot you can do about it.
Gonna chill for a bit.
Yeah. Skip the lines.
Oh fuck, dude! It's so second nature to answer the call and just go.
It's fine.
It's
Fine. It's fine. You're good. Keep going.
Oh, he said.
Yeah.
Okay, 3.
Just relax. You're doing fine. You gotta relax. You panic so much.
This fucking stress.
You make like the tiniest mistake and you just panic and it just gets worse. You just need to compose yourself.
Okay.
All right. Now just wait for the lines to finish. It's fine. It's a couple of seconds lost. It's no big deal.
What?
Now go.
But why? Why does that happen?
Because you only skipped 3 lines. But if you skip more,
Okay.
then the call will finish too early, and then you'll just get annihilated.
Do I have a...
So
Okay.
it's better for it to end too late than too early. That's not, yeah. Get off.
So,
Then wait for the call. Yep. And then glitch it.
and answer it.
Yep. And then just stand and wait. And then when he says, "Look, man, I'm sorry. It's just that," that's when you jump at the start of that line.
Okay.
So this one. Jump now. Jump. It's when he says like, "Give me a fair slice," you know? Then on that next line you jump.
Okay.
And then, yep. So now you have 20 seconds at the end of the mission where you're waiting for the call, so just reposition the bike. And then, yeah.
Something like that.
Unoptimal, but it doesn't matter. Like, you can park it right next to the buy icon, so you can just get right on it as soon as you're done with CTC snipe, but yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
Alright, one more time. I want to see it clean this time. I want to see you skip those fucking lines properly. As soon as you glitch the call, skip the lines.
It's gonna do a 4, I guess.
Yeah. The normal way is 4. I think 5 also works, but I've always did 4. That's why I don't go for it.
Yeah, you need to hold springs, as far as I know.
I don't know, I always just get on from the side.
Yeah.
Much easier
big deal
for me.
I'm just gonna wait like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go now, yeah.
Skip the fucking lines now.
Yeah. You'll drill it into your head eventually. As soon as you take the call, skip the lines.
It's
There
you.
you go. Exactly. There you go. Now you wait. Now you can turn
Can
off
I
the
kill?
old brain. No.
Yes.
I don't know what your infatuation is with killing these women. You'll get a wanted level and the call won't come in. You need the call to come in. There you go. Now
Did I
just wait
kill
for the line.
too early?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about this.
Okay.
It's like 3 seconds. Who cares? Walk before
Let's
you can run,
go.
Guy.
Okay. It should. Oh yeah. Let's see. Play a replay.
It's fine.
So.
There you go. So after he says first slice, you know, then on the next line.
Done.
Exactly.
I fucked up.
No, it doesn't really matter. It's being early is fine, being late isn't.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, it was actually pretty tight. So you wanna park it by here?
Yeah, to the right side of the buy icon. Yeah, like there is perfect. You have 20 seconds, you may as well. Remember, you don't need to glitch the call here. You're stood right here. Like,
Oh,
glitching is slower.
easy. Let me see
Alright.
if I can hit this.
Yeah.
I feel
one last thing I wanna
confident
see.
doing. Okay.
The one last thing I want to see, you can do CTC snipe, but that
Hello.
was one too low.
Really?
Alright, yeah. So, the one last thing I want to see is the kind of middle backup. So if we class like the fastest versus the slowest, which you just did, I want to see you do the middle backup that I mentioned. Do you remember it? The one
Which
where if you lose a couple of
is,
seconds before getting on the bike on HTC, where you do the fast track with the skipping
Okay.
lines, but then before you answer the second lance call, you go in the little alleyway.
Okay.
And then once you know all 3 variations, you'll never fail this mission again.
Brug. whatever. Do I answer it?
Yeah, you do
Don't answer it
everything as normal.
now.
Wait,
What? I've heard it. Totally forgot.
you brain fired. Well, at least now
No.
you'll actually have to do the old way, because the new way won't work. Because you're way too slow here at this point. But yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Well, here's your perfect time to do the right thing. No, you don't take the bike.
Oh, don't take the bike?
Don't take the bike. No. You park the bike as you normally do, then you just take it here.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's at this point it's fucked.
Shit. I gotta go. Yeah, I'm just messing around. Dude, doing the mission, like doing these backups is actually harder than doing it optimally because I didn't practice, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'll do is once we hop off the call, I'll record just like some streamable videos, and I'll just play with inputs so you have the videos for reference, just in case you forget any steps, and you can see exactly what I press and blah blah.
Do you cover these in your tutorial?
The backups? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think I cover the slow way, where you don't skip the lines. I think I cover that. But I don't cover the kind of mid-tier backup because I hadn't thought of it at the time. It's only something that I came up with fairly recently.
Okay.
As like how to help people when they lose a couple of seconds, but they can still get away with doing the fast way.
Oh, one more?
Nope. Do you not count the lines here?
Yes, I do, but
I mean, I don't count the
Usually
lines
it's
either, but it's
12.
just because I know the dialogue, so I can recognize it. But yeah, like
okay, so it's
you run in here. Yeah.
Nice.
You see, even if you get shot, as I showed before, it doesn't matter because you're on a timer anyway. And then you just kill her and do everything as normal.
Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, it's. I think I'm okay with that now.
Yep. Just need a bit of drilling to drill it into your head so you don't forget steps and whatnot.
Yeah. This is risky.
Yeah, I haven't learned that jump yet, but I'm gonna learn it whenever I go back to this game. Yeah, good.
I gotta go. Do I try it again?
What a snipe.
No, the HTC. Okay, that's
It's up to you.
should be these. Dude. Okay. Do you go over the grass here?
No, I don't cut onto the right lane. I stay on the left lane the whole time. But as long as you're in time to kill these guys, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Since you're waiting on each spawn anyway.
True.
Yeah, I saw that in your PB you didn't properly spin around, but I imagine that was just because of rain and because of nerves or whatever.
Broog.
Yeah. Most chokeable mission in the game. Alright, but yeah, I mean that's about all I have for you.
Do I learn the? I saw someone in stereo chat talking about it's not a Pepega threat, but it's using a limo for killing Sonny that saves like 10 seconds. Do you know about that?
For
Anything
killing
about
Sonny?
that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
First
It's like
I've heard
it's
of
2
that.
seconds lower than Pepega, like the chainsaw gui93. Yeah, but it's supposed to be safer. I don't know.
I haven't looked into it. So
Never saw that before.
Yeah, I can't verify. Yeah.
Oh.
Your stream's gone super pixelated, by the way. Maybe try restarting it if you're gonna do a couple more attempts. It's like 30 pixels. Yeah, it looks good now. Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. So which version are you trying now? The mid tier?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
That one. Dude. Yeah, the mid tier.
Yeah.
It's okay actually. 3.
Just don't go as far as the line if you're sliding, because it's otherwise you're listening to too much of the line.
Yeah. Oh, I lost count. 8 maybe. 9. 10. Gee. It's okay.
So this is exactly the same thing, where it's like this kind of scenario in a run is where you would have to do the mid tier. Like you have no other choice. You won't make it in time if you do it the other way, because it's just too slow.
Wow. Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's fine.
Brook.
I mean,
What is that?
yeah. So when you hop into the alleyway, you don't want to run to the left because she's going to be running to the right, if that makes sense. Like the way that you're running now, where you're running left towards the helicopter, but she's running to your right the whole time, so you're going to be chasing her from behind. But if you run around the right hand side once you answer the call, then you're going to run into her, and that's where you chainsaw her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas otherwise, you're not closing the distance between you two. You're just running, in circles around each other. Yeah. So when you answer the call, you want to run around the right side of the building, not the left.
Okay.
Oh,
I saw you running.
Lost your feed again.
By the left.
It just died. Yeah, there we go.
Um, keeping an existent dialogue.
Yeah. I mean, you're on a timer. Same with everything on this game, apparently. You're always on a timer. You're on a timer. Who cares?
So yeah.
Yeah, then run the other way. Yep. There you go.
Oh,
See?
super early.
Yep.
Does that lose any time?
No, but it's just quote unquote riskier because you take more damage. But yeah, ultimately it doesn't matter.
Oh, you didn't skip one. It's fine.
But yeah, it's not any slower than the ones that you see in World Record and stuff. As long as you answer the call as soon as possible, that's all that matters. Yeah. The only issue is that sometimes you slightly delay the call because of the fact that you get shot and you get knocked over by the shotgun lady, and then the phone's ringing, so you lose like a second. But obviously, this is something that you should only be doing as like a desperation move to try and salvage the mission anyway. So, yeah. You shouldn't be doing this as like a first resort. You should do it the old way. Yeah, but if you fall off the bike, or you fail to push, or you take the phone call late, anything like that, then just do this instead. And you'll lose like a second rather than kill your run.
Sounds good. You took ages to line up.
Yeah. But yeah, so as soon as I pull here, I stay on the left lane. I don't cut across. But I don't think it really matters.
Nice. Imagine this in a run. Never happens.
Yeah.
I remember now this last two guys. I just panic and I aimed with
right click.
RMB
yeah.
and
I did the exact same thing because my right mouse button is so sensitive, so I do it all the time.
And I got him.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
Also, one last thing while it's on my mind is that the drive back
easy.
here, you take like a super slow and safe way to the warp. And what you can do is instead of like throwing yourself, oh well, yeah, just like that. Okay, yeah. Never mind. I guess you already know it. Yeah, your PB does a thing where like you slowly jump up on the side, which is really slow. You can just fling yourself off like you did there.
Yeah, I was maybe choking.
Yeah, it happens.
Probably.
Yeah, that's why like VOD analysis isn't as useful because you can do things in one PB that you would never do otherwise. You know, if you're just trying to play safe or you're choking or any of that shit.
Yeah.
It's really easy to do.